Hey, why you leave me? Stuart? 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 Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Oh, hello.
I'm just concerned. I've never had that error before.
Wait until you hear the audio from when you left me.
This is Total Babble. Total Babble. It's a show about music, pop culture, social media, movies, the internet, relationships, TV, whatever. Total Babble. The Total Babble Podcast.
All right, sorry, I'm late to the show. I've been busy in a group text, something with D, T, and E, M, and they said we've almost turned this country into the biggest hellscape ever. And then there were a bunch of purple emojis, some of that going on. So yeah, sorry I'm late, but group text. Got to have that going. Hi, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. Thank you for asking. How wild
Yeah,
is
it just gets more
the
fucked
news?
up every single day. And it's a new thing that seems like something out of a movie. Her name is Emily. I'm Stu. And just so you know, it's kind of a good thing, but not a good thing. I blame you. For nearly the entire past week, I've been singing the Peaches song in my head. I've had that go, peaches, 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 peaches. And it must be good for you because you have the visual of the pig, and that's a fun thing. And if people don't know what we're talking about, there's last week's show that you can listen to. So,
Yeah, Peaches the pig.
been talking off the air. You have mold in your house and you're not a dirty person, and you're going to get that evaluated and you're going to see how that's going. And you guys have had health issues, and that's a terrible way to go. And there will be future reports on that. That'll be good. I am wondering too, what you do for a hobby now. Like, do you guys just kind of sit around and look at all the appliances that you've had to replace, and you look at the cats walking around in pajamas and donuts and just think, this is our vacation? And that's what I think your life must be like lately.
Honestly, that is what it's like. We were going to go to the beach, but now we just had to replace our air conditioner this week. So now we're just getting the kids to lay out beach towels in the lounge and lay down and enjoy the cool air. Yeah. And that's the vacation. The vacation is not sweating.
Put up Disney posters and say, oh, just pretend we're at Disneyland right now. And you can watch videos of Space Mountain and pretend you're on that, and that would be good.
Yeah, that would be good. I'll make giant turkey legs. I'll try and run them down. I'll find all of the biggest people I can possibly find and just invite them all over
Get a
to
special
our house.
space burger at the Space Mountain restaurant. You know what's different about a space burger?
Ooh, what?
They call it a space burger. That's really it. Look at our space burger. It's like a normal one, except it's $15. Yeah.
It's $15.
Yeah.
One of the most amazing things I've ever seen is somebody driving a mobility scooter with a turkey leg in both hands.
Wow.
That is one of the
talent.
only things that you can see at the Magic Kingdom, but
Usually
not
in
on
the South,
street.
it's a beer, but you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's hard especially because you have to like turn the handle like a motorbike on one. Can you imagine that? Like that takes some dexterity.
I've done it driving across much of this state with a Gatorade bottle between my legs when I was driving to radio stations to do weekends and working overnights. Those are bad times. Work midnight to 6 and then do a 3-hour drive back. Those are not good times.
Those are not good times. Yeah. And I think there's a huge difference between a Gatorade bottle in a long-haul road trip and double fisting turkey legs from the Magic Kingdom on a mobility scooter because you can't walk because you're too massive.
But then also sometimes you have to double fist because you have to pee in the Gatorade bottle. So there's that part of it. I've done that too.
Yeah, that's also true.
I'm not stopping. Here we go.
That'd be bad, though, if you peed on yourself, though. Have you ever peed on yourself whilst trying to urinate in a bottle?
No, I think I'm pretty adept. I worked it out. I have good control, and I didn't start until it was time to start. I think that would be the issue in that. Yeah.
Thank goodness for youth and a healthy prostate.
And my favorite part of telling you that was when you looked away and imagined it for a second, and I could see you do that. Like, oh, okay, he did that.
Yeah. Good to know. I'm a
Makes
scientist
sense.
after all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have a personal story I will share with you, a couple actually. I should be a better vegetarian. I should be like full vegan because I feel like that's the healthy way to go. But I've been giving into cheese lately, and I gave in a long time ago to eggs. I like eggs, and I think they're probably okay for you. And I have elderly in my life, and I take care of an old lady, and one of the few things she will eat is eggs. And the eggs lately, we know about the controversy with that. Oh my God, the goddamn egg prices. Well, Trader Joe's, their egg prices have not gone up. And I'm like, how? How have they not gone up at Trader Joe's, but everywhere else? And I wonder if the egg scandal is a big scam overall. I wonder about that. But I will only buy the pasture-raised eggs, and I try to buy organic pasture-raised because those are the best ones for you. It really does make a difference with the vitamins and the enzymes and all that crap in the egg. If you're going to have that cholesterol in you, you might as well get that. So I go to Trader Joe's, same price, awesome, but you can only buy 1 dozen at a time. This is a problem for me. If I get less than 3 dozen in the refrigerator, I start to get a little bit worried. I don't think I'm an egg hoarder, but I do think I start to get worried at that point. So that being the case, you can only buy 1 dozen at a time at Trader Joe's. How do you think I handled that?
You went back in and out 3 times in quick succession.
And?
I have no idea, but it might involve some kind of fucking scene.
No.
But I've got bigger questions.
Yeah.
I've got bigger questions, but please, give me the inside track. Did you, put a hat on and off, go in and out without your glasses, like some form of light disguise? You went to different servers. Like, I know this. You didn't go to the same aisle each time. Like, you've put some thought into it. You've started at, aisle 1 and finished up in aisle 5 for your extravagance, for your eggstortion, you thieving prick. Look at you, stealing the eggs from the old people for your 3 dozen. Oh, it's an egg heist. But was there a disguise? Did you go to different people so they didn't recognize you just in case of an exposure?
You have completely grabbed onto the and in my story. The and in my story is, how do you get around the 1 dozen eggs? You wear a disguise. And not only did I just do this, but I planned it. I was knowing in my head that I needed to get at least 2 dozen eggs.
Jesus H. Christ.
So, and I feel justified in doing this because I'm taking care of an old lady.
Did you wear a chicken suit?
No, but that's not a bad idea.
Boring.
First off, am I a bad person for doing this?
Well, I don't know if you're a bad person.
Yeah.
But why don't the rules apply to you? They have to apply to everyone else.
This is the conflict I have in myself. But still, I put on a disguise. Trip 1, you go in with sunglasses. You get a white face mask, black T-shirt. You go to the cashier on the extreme left. You buy your eggs. You get a couple other items in there, too. You don't want it to come off like, oh, I'm only buying eggs. You got to think that out. Smart me. So then you take those back out to the car with the bag that you purchased. You give them an extra 10 cents for the bag. Then you go in with the empty bag. Then you put on regular glasses, black face mask, gray pullover, go to the cashier on the extreme right, buy a few other items that you need, and it's just perfect. It worked out great. I didn't get questioned at all. And then I felt the need to kind of justify my presence to the guy that was the second cashier. And I said, yeah, how do you guys keep those egg prices so low? And we're talking eggs. And I'm just seeming very matter of fact, just to come off as completely normal. Social engineering, if you will. And I did all that in the span of about 15 minutes, and it all worked out. And I feel okay doing it. But at the same point, I feel like I'm almost the guy buying a lot of hand sanitizer during COVID. There's a little bit of that in me.
The thing I love about this is they have cameras in the parking lot. And so I just wish that I was the person just watching you do all of this, going, there goes the extortionist. He's off to change outfits again.
By the way, Eggstortionist is just fantastic. I'll tell you that.
He's
But do you
being-
think they have cameras in the parking lot? Because every single
Yes.
Trader Joe parking lot is terrible. No Trader
Yes.
Joe's has a decent parking lot, and they do that on purpose. I've read online that they get those locations that are really cheap, and that helps them in costs.
Yes.
But, all they
Yes,
know is
I
I'm putting
agree.
on a jacket and putting on different glasses and a different face mask.
Exactly. If you wanted to get really weird about it, you could have paired your eggs with the most outrageous selection of items like lube and carrots. Just buy like P. Diddy levels of baby oil. And
I don't think
eggs.
Trader Joe's sells lube. I wonder if they sell baby oil. Pretty sure they
wonder.
don't sell lube. People
Maybe
were
they
all
don't.
upset because you could get lube and vibrators and stuff, I think, at Target for a while before that DEI thing when I would shop there. Now they get none of my money. But I don't know what we could maybe find that out. Can you call them this week and ask them, do you sell sexual lube and that kind of thing? Can you find out that?
No, I'm just going to go and ask them.
Even better. Put on a disguise while you do it.
Smash up the joint if they say no. And I'll say, Sean Combs lied to me, and just flip a table.
Put on a hoary outfit, go in looking like a total whore, and ask them if they have that stuff. That'll be great. Have your kids take film of that, would you?
Exactly. And then I'll be like, fine, fuck you then. I'll just take 6 dozen eggs, bitch.
And I'm buying them right now, or I'm throwing them on the floor.
Oh my gosh. So we currently don't have the limits on the eggs that you have on the West Coast.
I think it's only in Trader Joe's. Did you go to a Trader Joe's to check this?
Yes. So
Okay.
our Trader Joe's doesn't currently have the limitations that you all do, but we did have limits at our Costco for a while on the number of eggs because it has done this sort of dippy dip thing. But it is very interesting to see it. But that's funny that you, for someone who is as high conflict as you, I'm surprised that you even went for the costume. I'm surprised you didn't just go drop off the eggs, come back, get one, and just bald face, just fucking double egg it.
I love the fact that you called me high conflict. That's kind of a badge of honor because
You
I'm
are high conflict,
I
though,
am,
right?
I am.
Yeah.
But you work with me sort of every week. Am I hard to deal with, honestly?
No, but also I don't find myself in conflict with you very well, actually, ever.
Right.
So, I mean, I
Like
don't have
I go
a problem
into
with
bits
it.
sometimes thinking, God, I hope she disagrees on this so we can get a little bit of something out of it and get some conflict. But sadly, we agree on a lot of stuff. So
Yeah, and usually I'm in for taking it to the weirdest place possible. So
Sure.
meh, I'm like, let's get weird.
And the other thing, too, is that I only am high conflict on things that I know are true and that I really believe in. And I don't usually argue a point that is incorrect. I'll usually only argue if I know I'm right. And in the rare case when I find out I'm wrong, I'll be the first to admit, okay, I fucked that up. Oh, well.
I know that of you too, and I do appreciate that. You know, when you started talking about eggs, and I know that you do enjoy eggs, and so does your mum, and I was going to ask, would you ever get 1 or 2 chickens?
They've been talking on the news about people buying chickens. And I think, God, I hope none of my neighbors do that because then I'd be hearing chickens clucking all the time and it would make me insane and we would have conflict over that. I already have conflicts with their dogs. I would do it personally, but it would be probably not zoned where I'm at. I'm in upper middle class, snothole, rich asshole, Orange County, and they probably wouldn't allow for that. I would do it. I don't think I could get away with it.
You can't have roosters, but you'd probably be allowed to have chickens.
And the roosters are the ones that crow at 5 a.m., right?
Correct. They're the boy ones.
But still,
Hens are the ones that have the eggs, and you just give them laying pellets, and then they will lay eggs for you. And they're very quiet. Chickens are very quiet. I don't know what that was. There's a beast inside me trying to
I
escape.
didn't know if it was you or me.
No, it's definitely me. It doesn't usually happen. I don't know what's happening. There's a chicken inside me. But chickens are good, and you should get them. And chickens and hens, they are actually rather quiet, and you can let them out in your yard. And then if you call them before you feed them, like make a little noise, they'll come back at nighttime to roost.
But they make noise. There's chicken noise, I know. Not even the crowing. There's the cluck cluck, and I don't need cluck cluck all day. That would make me nuts. I already have problems with birds.
When they are laying, they do make a noise.
Yeah.
Like when they are
Well, who wouldn't?
squeezing out a butt nugget,
Yeah.
they do.
And now I'm thinking, too, this could be very beneficial to me. You're there across the country and you don't have egg limits. Do you think you could ship me a pallet of eggs?
I probably could, but this is good because we're coming full circle to my first initial question.
Yeah.
So eggs, best when fresh. The longer you leave an egg, the higher the sulfur content, the worse it is for you. It can become rotten. Eggs don't keep for as long as we think that they do. Don't even get me started about how we process eggs in this country.
We are the only country that refrigerates them because we do something that they need to be refrigerated, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to, you shouldn't need to refrigerate the eggs because they usually have a coating on them, but because they are washed, because we try to improve upon something that nature already perfected,
Right.
we then have to refrigerate these eggs. You shouldn't have to refrigerate the eggs. You go to any other country in the world and the eggs are just out on shelves because they come from the chicken's butt to your door, and that is the way that nature intended. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But 3 dozen eggs, I am stuck on that number because how many eggs do you eat in a week?
Quite a few, because the mom has a couple for breakfast multiple days, 3 or 4 days a week. If I have an egg dinner, I often will have eggs for dinner just because I don't want to deal with anything else. And I can go 3 or 4 eggs for dinner. So there's, close to a dozen right there within a week. And I don't want there to be a shortage of eggs. Maybe that's what makes me a little bit of a hoarder. And that's why I'm like, I don't want to not have eggs, because it's like, okay, then what?
No, I see where you're going. It's just interesting because I have a family of 4 and I have never purchased more than 12 eggs at a time. And so this is genuinely interesting to me.
It's like during COVID, like if you run out of toilet paper, you could use a T-shirt. You can't eat a T-shirt.
Certainly not after you've wiped your ass with it either.
Exactly.
But I mean,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly. Another way you can augment your eggs, and it's something that we do too, is you get, and these are good from Trader Joe's, the egg whites in the carton.
I thought about that, but there's really nothing good in the egg white, right? I mean, it's, all the goodness is in
protein.
the yolk. The yolk has the goodness. Has more cholesterol, but that's where the goodness is.
There's protein in the egg whites.
Yeah. All right. I need more than a
also
little
good.
bit of protein. I need the enzymes and all the good stuff that I've
No,
seen
you mix it
the
together.
YouTube people.
So, like, you could use, say, like 2 whole eggs and 2 tablespoons of egg whites.
An
As well, so,
offset,
like-
if you will.
Yeah, there's been times in my life where, for various sporting reasons, I've been on diets that require high protein and, low calorie and that kind of thing. And when I was
Are you
doing
going to
that,
vomit? Are you on the verge of vomiting? Is that what you're doing right now?
yes, actually,
Okay, good to know.
I have some sort of stomach situation going on, and I've been nearly hurling chunks.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. You have mold in your house. I bet that's what it is.
Yeah, that's probably it.
And probably not
maybe-
even COVID, probably just mold.
Probably just molded, if you will. That sounds like a wine.
It does. From the vineyard of Pasarobos, molded.
Moldovia.
And here's the thing, too, with your mold, maybe you have the home insurance, and when you need to get that dealt with, maybe you guys could go stay in a hotel or something. Maybe your insurance will cover that. So many positives to you discovering that.
That could be good. I mean, maybe I could go stay in a hotel by myself. Who knows?
There's your vacation. Come on, kids. We're going to the Motel 6. All right. So I mentioned that I screw stuff up, and there's some screw up in this. I'll tell you about this. Went protesting again this weekend. I decided I'm doing that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Where?
A couple places.
Protest Roadshow. I like it.
Yeah. Remember, I actually have an audio diary here in a couple places, and I was going to have more of an audio diary. But first off, remember how I was talking about apathy and all that last week, and I was just upset because I showed up to that one demonstration and there was nobody there?
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Wasn't a protest there?
I am this many days dumb because there were a couple protests and I was looking at the other one and I looked at the wrong times and I showed up about an hour and a half after the protest that I was going to had ended. So there's that part.
Okay.
So not as much apathy in the world. But this week I got my
I
shit.
like that you sent an angry email before you checked that, though. Let's not forget that.
I wasn't angry. I just said, hey, I showed up and there's nobody here. What's the deal? And I didn't get a reply, to be fair.
Yeah, because they were like, this guy.
What's up
right
with this
here.
idiot?
What's up with this guy? He'll figure it out.
How many days dumb is this guy?
Oh, you
no
poor
need to
thing.
answer.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That is kind of funny, but also, fuck, man, I'm real sorry. That sucks. Anyway, audio diary.
Yeah,
what
audio
was
diary.
the first stop on
It's
the protest
Saturday.
roadshow? Okay, great.
Bit Killer Debbie and I went and we protested Tesla dealership. The Teslas are every Saturday across the country, I get. So here's audio diary. It was a very fun drive. She was not so bit killer. She was playing along and having fun, and we had good conversation, and she was cracking good jokes. But I'm still an idiot because it turns out when you put your phone mount next to the AC vent of the car and you go to record audio, you get a lot of sound of a lot of blowing air on the phone. It's not that funny.
Yeah,
So-
it is. It's mostly funny. It's mostly funny because it happened to you.
Well,
The most
yeah.
pedantic audio file,
Yeah.
like in the top 1%
I'm crazy
of
about my
pedantic,
audio.
crazy audio
true.
files.
Yeah.
And you're just like, let me just record this next to a flapping toilet door. Like,
Kind of what I did. It's like right on the vent. So there was a lot of vent noise. But
I'm sorry.
because I am so pedantic, I took all my stuff, all my cleanup stuff, and I was able to clean it up a little bit. I got a couple, a good clip out of this. And you will hear this. This is me and the Bit Killer driving to the first Tesla protest here. All right, so I don't need sunscreen. I'm a man. Oh, and by the way, this is me making bullshit excuses as to why I'm not prepared for not
did you
getting
just say,
sunburned.
I don't need sunscreen?
Yeah.
Have you fucking seen yourself?
Yeah,
Were you wearing a
it's-
hat?
Yeah, I'm just
Did
bullshit
you wear a
posturing.
hat, Stu?
It's just bullshit posturing when I didn't remember. You'll hear. All right, so I don't need sunscreen. I'm a man. I don't need a hat. I'm a man. We're just going to do this. And also, I forget stuff, so.
Well, I had 2 bottles of white water for you and 2 bottles for home.
I don't need water. I'm a man. I brought you a pepper spray. Do you want a pepper spray?
At the stop sign, turn right onto
On the road again. Me and Bit Killer on the road again. We're out going to the Tesla dealership because that guy's a total piece of shit.
That's good.
On the road again. Gotta make up more lyrics because we're on the road again. Me and Bit Killer, we are going somewhere with signs. And we're about to lose our fucking minds. That's a good one. I just came up with there.
Good one.
Okay, and you know, when you're at a protest, people honking, that's a good thing. They're saying they support you. It's kind of like they say if you go
Yeah.
to a Springsteen show, they're not booing, they're going, Bruce. That's what the
Yeah.
honking is.
Oh, nice. Somebody with a Tesla giving us the thumbs up.
That's right. Yes, in Long Beach, we got a lot of Teslas honking and giving us
Nice.
thumbs up.
Like I just
So-
can't get rid of it, that
Yes,
kind of thing.
I have it now, and it's dropping in value.
So there were good people there, decent-sized crowd, and I have determined that people coming out of the Tesla dealership, many of them, you could tell they were stuck with the car. They're like, I have this piece of shit, and maybe they were getting it serviced, and they couldn't get rid of it because they were giving us the thumbs up and honking. And then conservative Orange County, where we were, I think there's about a 20% asshole ratio. There are about 20% of the people driving out that gave the finger or yelled shit at us. And that was part one. Then Sunday, there was just a basic protest, I guess like an anti-fascist protest near City Hall. And that was a lot bigger, like 500 people. And I got to pet a great corgi. There was a long-haired corgi there, and I bonded with the dog, and he was such a good dog. And it was all cool people, and that's the thing that stood out to me. It was this feeling of, you ever be in a crowd and there's zero dick energy? Like that never happens. Because even at a concert, there's like drunk assholes and they're causing trouble doing something, but there was none of that. And all these people were just very cool, and it felt very different. And I have more audio here of a big Chapel Roan moment. I've never liked Chapel Roan more. Here, check this out.
All right, crowd participation, here we go. T-O-T-T-O-G-O, Trump and Musk have got to go. T-O-T-T-O-G-O, Trump and Musk have got to go. Very good.
Cute.
So that was going on, and I went and did that for an hour or two, and that was just like, okay, there's people out there that care, and it felt really good. And as much as last week I was screaming about apathy, I also felt like, why is the entire city not out here? Like, I got to think, anybody listening to this show, you've got to be thinking, wow, things are just beyond fucked up. And why is everybody not in the streets just rioting reasonably and protesting? And I just have to wonder, for everybody to get out and do something, what is it going to take? Like, do your friends have to be hidden away in an attic somewhere like Anne Frank? At that point, will you then decide that you're going to do something? Does it have to be a thing where you can't afford to live because they've taken all of your money? And I just have to think that people really need to get off their ass. And in social media, I see people posting about, yeah, we told them about this. We told them this was going to happen, and Project 25 and this and this and this. And we told them from the beginning, and they were wrong. And it's like, okay, you're right. We were absolutely right. They were wrong. They were idiots. And I believe that more than anybody. But now what? We've established that. Do we need to keep going over that? Because I see a lot of that, like, yeah, we were right. Great, do something because we need a plan. And I feel like we may need to coup the coup because there's currently a coup underway, and we need to coup the coup and fuck these motherfuckers. And what are we going to do? And we just need to get everybody committed to doing something, because this is like the most important time in American history, I think. Your thoughts as a foreigner?
Well, it's a bit scary and it's probably unpopular, right? My thoughts as a foreigner is that I can't have any thoughts, because I can have my family taken away from me. Right. I can have my citizenship taken away from me. I can be deported. I could be sent to Guantanamo Bay, except I can't say anything against the administration.
I thought about you, and I thought you are somebody that's at risk.
I am at risk.
Yeah, so good thing you're not brown, because then you'd really be fucked.
I can't have an opinion, because even though I'm a citizen, it doesn't matter. We have citizens who are being detained and interrogated, and it's a lot. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, like when all of this has been going through my mind, think about the way things have gone with you, and you got your citizenship in right under the wire. Like, if you weren't a citizen right now, I would be fearful for you. And again, I go back to the part where they're really going after the brown people, and you're lucky to be white. So there's that part of it. But also, you would legally not be a citizen. And if you got stopped at the airport or something, they could decide to throw you on a plane and take you somewhere you don't want to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not just me. It's my whole family.
Right.
And it's not just brown people, by the way. There are people of white European descent who are citizens who are getting detained at airports.
I'd seen mostly brown people, but I believe you. It is such a culture of fear, and that's what they want. And where I live here in Orange County, it's very weird because it's very upper middle class, and you have a huge bunch of conservatives that I don't like to be around. I think they are short-sighted and really dumb. And then you also have some minority people. A lot of them are gardeners and stuff like that. And you try to convey to them, no, I'm one of the cool people. I'm not one of these assholes that you might deal with every day that's judgy and terrible to you. And then you have like another population of Asian people walking around, and maybe this is my interpretation, but when I'm out walking or riding my bike or whatever, I see a lot of Asian people walking around just being like, hi, I'm here, I'm being me. And it feels like they're saying, I'm Asian, is that okay? Because you're a white guy coming up on me, and I don't know what it's going to be like to deal with you. And you just constantly feel that, and you try to convey, no, it's going to be okay. I'm not one of those people. And it sucks. We should never have that going on in this country, because it's what this country was founded on. This country was founded on the melting pot.
Yeah, it sucks. It also, I don't know if I told you about this, but I've been exploring opening up a home services business. You know, plumbing, HVAC, fencing, a variety of different possibilities. Now, in order to staff a growing business of that, a lot of people who would work in those businesses are often from Mexico. Right?
A lot of them have visas to come here and work and then go back a certain amount of time, and it's legal.
Correct.
Right.
Or they are citizens. Maybe they don't have great English, maybe, you know, but a lot of labor jobs are fulfilled by Central and South Americans. This is just a fact of our country. How are we going to staff these things? It's going to become more and more and more difficult. And then also, what sort of security does that have? Imagine that I've got a whole bunch of jobs on, and then all of a sudden, you know, some of my guys are just deported for no reason or just randomly detained. And then I go out of business because my customers are upset. And the reason that I'm making this as a point is because it will become this horrible self-fulfilling prophecy where people won't want to hire foreigners.
Because it's not cost effective beyond even the humane part of it. It's not cost effective, and you could lose your ass doing it.
It's too risky. It becomes too risky.
Yeah.
And then you've got all of these emboldened racists who, if you show up at their house with people who aren't white, you get a bad Yelp review.
Yeah.
Bonkers, right?
And it's weird because you can see the judgment in their eyes. All you have to do is look at them and you could see, oh, I don't trust that person. I'm afraid of that person because they have a different tint of skin. I don't like that.
And it's so strange, isn't it? Anyway, it's a sad state of affairs and time.
She's going to vomit again. She's right on the urge of vomiting.
Right on the edge of vomiting. Exactly.
And I'll tell you this, we don't need to worry about the labor part of it because Florida now is coming up with the answer. And I know you haven't heard the news story that just came out. Otherwise, you would have mentioned it right there. The answer to all those labor issues is just getting rid of the child labor laws. They're looking to do that perhaps in Florida and making it so that all the immigrant jobs that we were going to fill will now be filled by children, and they're going to relax the laws so we can have 13 and 14-year-olds working those jobs that the immigrants don't have. That just came out in the news I saw last night. So got that covered.
Wow.
Like, you just have to think, how fucked up can it get? And then there's some new fucked up thing. Oh, how did they come up with that? Holy crap. I never would have even imagined that. But there we are.
That is truly staggering.
Yeah. Slave labor children. We're on to a good start in this country. Not even 6 months into the new administration.
I want my kids to have a job, right? So I don't think I've got a problem with, say, my 14-year-old son being a dish pig at the local restaurant. I feel like that I'm cool with that.
McDonald's is a place to start. Restaurant jobs are a place to start for a young kid.
Yeah, right. I think working in hospitality is an important rite of passage. going and washing dishes, bussing tables, working in retail, and then maybe working your way up to, after school and on weekends, though. But what happens is kids from poorer families, if you can employ a 13 or a 14-year-old and then you allow them to work, say, more than a certain number of hours a week, next minute they'll get full-time jobs. They'll drop out of school.
Yep. And that will be fine, and the government will accept it because they're benefiting all of us and they're benefiting the rich, and that'll be okay. And the conditions, even if you were okay with your 14-year-old working in the strawberry fields 10 to 12 hours a day, even if you were okay with them doing that, the conditions are going to be horrible. You know that's the case.
It's just... And many people in this country are farmers, right? And their kids do work the farm before school, after school, weekends, all that stuff, but they still go to school. There are plenty of people, kids who work. There's a lot of that happening in family businesses. I used to work in my family business, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about kids being exploited by people.
And boy, even if there are laws in place, people are sure going to look the other way because, it benefits that rich guy up there that works in the county and does all this, and we get paid off by him, and he knows the mayor, and it's going to happen everywhere, and it's ridiculous. So go put your kids out in the Monsanto fields all day. They'll be fine. They won't have cancer in 10 years. It'll be okay.
Oh, man. So bad.
Yeah.
Well, I'm interested to see what happens with that. And nothing surprises me anymore.
And of course, it came from Florida. Way to go.
But, they're having 80-degree days there right now, so they're having beautiful weather. Good on them. But Christmas, chickens, yeah? That's what you and your mum want for Christmas? 2 chickens.
Oh, my God. If you sent us live chickens, it would be so terrible. I would have to find a place for them.
You
don't
said
know what
amazing wrong. What about ducks? How do you feel about ducks? Do you have a pool?
There's plenty of ducks here. There's goddamn ducks and geese. I live near a lake, a man-made, stupid, upper conservative lake that I don't want to live near. And there's goddamn geese out there squawking all day. It bothers me.
Yeah, but those are shit. Do you have pretty ducks? Do you have Muscovy ducks, superhero ducks, the ducks
mallards.
with the masks?
Do I have a nice mallard? They're just
Do you have a nice
ducks.
mallard?
I don't have a nice mallard. They're just regular ducks. I don't like birds in general, I'm finding. I will not go out of my way to hurt them, but I don't need them being a stupid hawk peregrine squawking all day near my home. I don't like it. And I don't like the geese that just shit everywhere. I don't need that.
I would love to see you with something like a really fancy chicken. You know how you can get really fancy chickens? I would love to see you.
And tell me what constitutes a very fancy chicken.
Oh, I will tell you. Will I ever? They're like lavenders or something. They're called, so you can get lavender Orpingtons. Okay. So they're a rare, large British chicken.
Are they purple chickens?
They are purple chickens.
I think that was a Prince song.
Purple chicken. So there's lavender Orpingtons. Those are cute. I could see you with a purple chicken just because of your affinity.
I don't think I could own anything called a lavender Opington. That's just so, oh my goodness, we've got lavender Opingtons in the backyard. I couldn't be a part of that.
But the best thing that I think I really want for you is like a sultan chicken. Have you ever seen a sultan?
It sounds
chicken?
like something from like an old movie that would have a big turban on walking around. The sultan chicken.
They do. They have these amazing little hats, and they look like rock and roll long hairs. And I know you're into that. They look like they're in a hairband.
Oh, yeah. You're holding her phone up the picture. Yeah, you're right.
So I could see you with a white sultan chicken, like a couple of sultan chickens. And do you know something fun about chickens too? You can actually dye their feathers with food coloring. So you could give them like multicolored mohawks. I think you should put a basket on your bike, get a couple of mohawked sultan chickens and just drive around. And if one was a rooster, you could like have a speaker. You could be driving it around and you could be, you could rock out with your cock out.
Well, you can only do that when it's Easter, and then you have to dip them. You dip them like you do the eggs, and it's very weird. And yeah, you get all kinds of shades. And here's the thing. If you socially engineer a male chicken, can you get it to not squawk at 5 a.m.? Like if you keep it up all night and then you say, okay, now it's, or if you change the lighting in the room, could you screw with it that way? I wonder if that could be a thing.
Yes, they do respond to the light and everything, but I don't think that you can stop a rooster from crowing.
Yeah.
Dogs, you can debark a dog. I think it's against everything that you believe in and against animal rights activists. In the same way that you can declaw a cat, you can debark a dog.
But they don't have to do that with electricity. They can do it with like sound waves, I think.
No, they do it medically. They cut its voice box out.
Oh, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a collar that when they bark, it lets out a high frequency tone that the dog hates and it learns not to bark.
Oh, for like the chickens.
I'm thinking we could get chicken collars. And maybe in that case, you would need electricity. I don't want to be cruel, but a loud crow, if it gave them a good jolt, maybe they would learn. But then maybe they would become aggressive. And then the only way to do anything would be cockfighting, and I don't want to be a part of that.
So this is a fun fact.
Yeah, it is fun.
Roosters are actually, they can be quite aggressive. And, they do have those spikes on them. And growing up, I have been attacked by a rooster many times.
What did you do?
Kicked the shit out of it.
No, I mean to necessitate it attacking you. You must have tormented
They're
it.
just assholes. No, you just go near them. You just go near their pen. You just go near their hose and they get angry. They are just, and there's nothing funnier than being attacked by a bantam rooster. Do you know what a bantam chicken is?
I was just about to ask.
Okay, they're mini chickens. In the same way that there's like a Shetland pony. We talked about the lavender orpium or whatever it is. They're big chickens.
I think it's Oppenheimer. I think it's that where they got the movie from.
So a big chicken is like a big chicken, and they're the type of the size of chickens that you would say eat, right? Big chickens. Then there's bantams that are tiny. They're like the Shetland pony of chickens.
Have you tried to ride one? That's what you were doing. You were trying to ride one.
No, but my aunt used to have one as a pet, and she used to keep that thing in the house like it was her baby. And she had it as a baby, and then it grew up and it was a bantam rooster. And so it would just attack you.
Did it feel like it was being protective of her, maybe? Did it feel like it was a watch chicken?
Maybe. I don't know. But I would go over to my granddad's house, and every now and again, I can't even remember this devil chicken's name, but every now and again it would come after you. And chickens can't necessarily fly for long distances, but they kind of can, as in they flap to fly up to things. And the roosters, they scratch at you with their legs to attack you, and they don't just peck, it's kind of aggressive. And I'm making talons with my hands at the screen right now, and nobody can see me
Pretty
while we're
scary.
talking to each other. Yeah, I'm like caca with my Yeah, chickens, man. Dial in. Tell us all your chicken horror stories. But roosters, the reason that cockfighting is a thing is because they just fight each other naturally.
Yeah.
And they will fight you too.
She said that so sternly. She was like, and they will get you too.
And they will get you
best watch
too.
out.
Yeah,
for the
I
roosters.
love people who are like, oh yeah, I'm going to get a couple of chickens and a rooster. I'm like, don't get a fucking rooster. Like, why not? Because they're assholes.
Yeah, and just the 5 a.m. thing is enough not to buy a rooster. There's no reason to have anything in your home that's doing anything at 5 a.m. That needs to not be.
And it's not just at 5 a.m. Yeah. Don't believe the hype. Yeah. Do it all the time.
And the clucking. That's why no chickens at all near me, but okay.
I love the clucking. I find the clucking soothing and comforting. The burble of a chicken is so darling. I just love good old-fashioned chicken burble. Did you know? Have you ever snuggled a chicken?
I can't say that I have. Oddly.
Just you.
Yeah.
we have to go and snuggle a chicken.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
This is a thing now.
Little chickens,
Yeah.
and even baby chickens, they're the cutest things ever. And you can hypnotize a chicken. If you get it and you turn it on its back and you stroke its belly, chickens love to be pet, okay? And they would love it if you stroke them around their little ears and you scratch them and all of their little feathers all... And chickens purr when they're happy. Some chickens purr when they're happy. I shit you not. Chickens are really cute. And some of them, especially if you have them from chicks, they love to get pet and picked up. And if they're really comfortable sometimes, they will make these cute little purring sounds. It's hard to describe. I'm not even going to try and do it, but I'm going to find a video and I'm going to send you a video of a purring chicken.
And by the way, most of what you just described, alligators also do. So there's that part of
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's true.
They're all just animals. We don't need more animals in our lives. Dogs are great. Cats, if you have to go cats, you have to. We don't need
You
it.
have to know. I think they actually call it trilling
Well,
if
I've
it's
heard that word.
chickens rather than purring.
Yeah.
Cats trill too. My cats trill. But yes, I actually really like chickens, and I'd forgotten how much I like chickens. I'm not allowed to have chickens, but
You
I'd
live
like
out
to
there
have
kind of
chickens.
in the country. You could get some chickens, put them in your backyard, couldn't you?
I could.
Yeah.
But my husband won't allow me to have chickens. But my
man.
neighbors have chickens, which is cool. So I get the eggs.
Do you hear them constantly?
Never. They are literally behind our house in the yard right next to ours. Never hear the chickens. The only time we ever heard something was when they were all being murdered by coyotes. And even
It's
then,
clear you're not hypervigilant like I am. I wouldn't be able to live like that.
they're not very loud.
All right.
We have big blocks too, though. So they're not like right under my bedroom window. Well, they are kind of, but not really.
Well, here's a
kinda
changing
him.
topic now.
Yeah.
Dua Lipa, what is her deal?
Like, you mean revenue-wise or?
Just in general. I have a weird, unnatural fixation with Dua Lipa. I call her Dual IPA. I don't like her music.
Not Duolingo? That's what we call her over at our house, Duolingo.
Nice. I just, basic pop music. I don't like her music. It's not Taylor Swift. I feel like Taylor Swift is good. She's attractive, but there are
Name one song. I don't know a single thing she
something
sings.
about Houdini, I think. There's a Houdini
nothing.
song. But there are also hotter women in the world, but she is hotter than the sun. There's something about her that is just coming off of her that is so goddamn hot, and I don't know what it is. Don't like her music. I recognize that there are more attractive women in the world, but I am just so fixated on her, and I don't understand what it is. Like, oh my God, give me some of that. I feel like every hetero man in the world feels this way. I don't feel like there is much variance in this. I feel like showing any man a picture or video of her, you're just going to go, oh my God. And it goes back to that thing I've talked about before called Ellen Barkin syndrome. Ellen Barkin was this actress in the 70s. She was in a couple sexy movies that she's kind of like that. She's not especially beautiful, but there's something coming off of her. There's something oozing off of her that just makes you as a dude go, oh my God. And I'm turning it around and we're getting to a clip here. But for a woman, is there something with a guy celebrity that you don't know what it is, but you're just drawn to them? Not traditionally the hot, hunky guy, but you're like, ooh, making noises like a dude. If the answer is no, that's okay. It's kind of what I expect.
I don't know, Jake Gyllenhaal?
Isn't he traditionally a good-looking, chisel-jawed man, though? I don't know.
I didn't think that he was.
Or that Adrian Brody guy. He's. Do people like that guy? Women like that guy?
I'm sure people do.
Yeah.
Oh, I know the other one. Badly drawn boy. Adam Driver. I don't find him attractive, but a lot of people are into the badly drawn boy. The guy who looks like they were trying to draw Keanu Reeves from memory.
That is completely and totally Adam Driver. Oh my God.
Fucking Adam Driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's a police sketch picture of Adam Driver.
Of Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, totally. Can you see it?
Totally.
That's why I refer to him as the badly drawn boy. I know that's a band name, I think, but honestly, every time I look at him, I'm like, if I squint, I'm like, phew, wow, Keanu, what's up,
That's
man?
really true. And I wonder if that's an attempted thing because his hair is kind of like that. I wonder if he purposely does his hair that way to make it seem like, hey, I'm Keanu Reeves.
Wow.
And by the way, not a lot of people know it. Keanu Reeves in Severance. You haven't given into the Severance, but he does a cameo voiceover in Severance. And people went, oh, is that Keanu Reeves? And it turns out it is. So much has happened in that Severance. It's ended now. And now we got to wait another 2 goddamn years. But, it's so good. What's going to happen? And I still don't really understand what is up with the goats. I'll stop talking about it now because you haven't seen it. But anyway. There's goats in the Severance.
Okay. Yeah,
so anyway,
no,
this dual IPA, this Dua Lipa, she's in your country, and I thought we would play a little bit of this. She was in Melbourne. Did you hear how I did that?
You nailed it.
Melbourne, Melbun. That's where she was. And she decided that she was going to play the music of your people. We'll play this.
Fuck yeah, can't wait. I see.
She's got these red granny pants on, and they're just hideous, and she's hotter than the sun. Take it to the chorus here at some point. The shorts she's wearing, they're these red shorts that a woman wears when she says, I don't want to get hassled by men. That's what she's wearing.
Chastity belt.
And yet captivating. God damn it. Big, ugly shorts. So I just figured we'd end on that because it involves your country, and everything in my feed is Australian these days. So
I love it. I've got someone.
Oh, a dude that is not traditionally good looking that women seem to be into.
Well, I mean, maybe it's just this woman, but I think that John Oliver is awesome.
Huh.
Because I think he's hilarious.
Here's the
and
thing.
very smart. Yeah, go on then.
I've never seen your husband. You showed me a picture of one of your kids one time in a picture. I would think your husband, based on what you've described, kind of looks like John Oliver.
Yeah, maybe about 30 years ago.
Oh. Don't play him this show.
I'm joking.
Don't listen to this show. No, we didn't talk about anything fun. You don't want to hear this one.
He doesn't look like John Oliver.
Okay.
He does wear glasses, but he doesn't look like John Oliver.
He's not really a drug dealer. He deals with technology, right?
I mean, he's a human trafficker.
Human trafficker. Okay. Well, everything we've got going on in this country will be right up his alley then.
Yeah, exactly. Tariffs don't apply there, so we're good to go. Rock on.
Built-in business.
Built-in business.
Go on forever. Well, a lot of talk about chickens and granny panties, and there we go. There's a show.
Wow, it is a show, isn't it?
Yeah.
So soon.
Yeah. I would like to wish you a good week. Good luck on all your mold.
Thank you. I can't wait to discover what type of mold it is.
Yeah. I wonder if having well, never mind. I was going to do a dumb joke there. I'll just end it. We should just end it. I'm never good at getting out of the show.
End it
just
all.
End it, man.
Just end it, man. Just end it. Put it all out. Put us out of our misery. I wish, just so you know, I've already sent you the audio of the purring chickens because
right. Hang on. Let me see here.
That is cute.
If my universal control, Apple, fix your universal control. I need it to run the show, and it sucks lately. And I'm on the phone with your tech people, and it's just terrible. And here we go.
We're having our me time, our together time.
There you go.
Your neck rubs.
Very calming.
And your head
A little bit like a fart. All right, it's kind of peaceful. I'll give in. But still, they crap everywhere.
How's that leg?
true.
Where's that leg?
This kind of fits for you because of the whole ASMR thing. You got that?
That's also true.
You should get your woman to do chicken petting. That would be good for you.
Yes.
What's her name? Nikki Asmer, whatever her name was.
Anna.
Anna, yeah.
We should start an ASMR channel.
Should we?
Fucking weird shit only. Purring
Okay.
chickens or any other stuff. Okay, actually, I know the show's over, but
I've got another thing too.
and another thing. No, I've got a concept.
Yeah.
It's a concept for a bar.
ASMR bar?
No, not the ASMR bar, black sheep. No, here's what it is. This is a bar, but it's a speakeasy. You can only get in if you've been there before. You enter from the street by going into an old-fashioned phone booth. You dial a number, they pick up, and if you're admitted, the whole back of the phone booth opens and you get to walk in with the group of people.
Nice.
The thing about this bar that makes it amazing is that it is the weirdest, most fucking bizarre place you've ever been to. And the whole bit is that when you bring people there, you have to pretend that you don't find it weird at all. And every single night of the week, it's something else that's weird.
New theme every night.
It's a new theme every night. So on Wednesdays, instead of checking your code at the door, everybody's like taking their pants off and somebody's just hanging them up. Right,
And the celebrities show up and they check their ego at the door.
And they and so so you walk in and it's just full of people in the mullets of business attire, just underpants and then full suit and tie at the top. And so you roll in with a whole bunch of people and you just down trow. You just take your pants off and hand it to the lady at the front and get your check ticket and just keep walking as if nothing is weird. And
I was about to ask how that works. At the door, they must accommodate for whatever the theme is and help you out because you don't know about it ahead of time.
Correct. And so when you arrive, they'll be like, I'm sorry, sir, pants. Well, sir, it's no pants Wednesday. And you'll point to the sign that very clearly says in this beautiful vintage type, no pants Wednesday. No pants, no entry, whatever. No undies, no entry.
Sorry, sir, it's Tuesday. It's chicken head night. You put on the giant chicken head.
Don't be ridiculous. On Tuesdays, it's live karaoke with an umpapa band. Okay?
I should have known.
So, just things like that.
I like it. I very much like this concept.
On Fridays, it's a very good concept, right? I like it. On Fridays, you bring people and then you show up and it looks like you've just walked into a life drawing class and there's a whole bunch of naked people but all of the artists are painting, but only with potato salad and no one will look at you. And so just the most weird things are happening. And this is my dream. Okay. And then it just grows and grows and grows because people will be so freaked out and then they'll think like this is the most amazing thing of all time. Then it'll get viral because people want to bring people back and they'll be like, oh, I came and then there was the potato salad and then they'll show up. There's no fucking potato salad. Don't be stupid. This is the day where we serve the live beating hearts of snakes in shot glasses or whatever it is. Like this is because every single day is different. And people keep coming back to recreate that high, and it just gets weirder and weirder and weirder. And this is my dream.
Okay, the show has now changed. We've just crossed over into a new area in a new realm because sometimes we'll be texting back and forth on the show, and you'll say, there's something very wrong with me, and I'll laugh it off like, oh, whatever, it's all fun. I'm right there with you. The strangeness of the details you've come up with here really made me think like, what the fuck was that? You're still very likable. I'm just telling you. Wow. The potato salad and the snake thing.
What do you have against potato salad?
Nothing.
Fine.
I just have never found the need to paint with it.
Stu, if you want to be involved, it can be... I don't care. It can be tabbouleh. It can be tahini. It can be hummus. I don't care. I'm not married to potato salad. They can paint with whatever you want. Like, this is your dream too.
Yeah.
I'm flexible.
Yeah. You're very odd, and it's funny because you're the business professional in your normal life, and I'm not. And there we go. Quite a juxtaposition. So briefly, because we do need to end the show, I just wanted to let you know that I tried to get your Anna person on the show. I emailed her a couple times to say, come on, because it would be great to bring her on. And I thought, wow, that would be a cool surprise. And she did not respond. So apparently she's not that lovey and caring about people and touchy-feely. So.
Well, I think she probably is, but she's also very, very famous.
No,
and
I don't feel that.
So she gets.
I've hung out with B-level celebrities and some A-level, and I'm not lookist. I'm not intimidated by hot chicks. So I'm just very bothered that she hasn't gotten back to us because I thought that would have been a nice surprise for you. So
I would have died.
It would have been great.
Oh my gosh, that would have been amazing. I would have dropped dead.
I tried to get her for you and Terry Nunn for me, and it hasn't worked out so far. So.
Oh, you tried to get Terry Nunn.
It'd be great if she came on the show, and so I could tell her, hey, do you remember this incident? And I could talk my way through it, and I could say, I am at moments socially retarded because of the way I handled that situation. We could have that conversation, and maybe she'd tell me that I wasn't such a bad guy.
Oh.
I'll keep working on it. Maybe one day I could keep working on your ASMR woman too.
I feel like that would explode my whole brain. It would just be, that'd be a lot.
It'd be my goal to explode your brain, so we'll go with that.
Oh my God. Now I have to live in fear.
Yeah.
This used to be my safe place. Now one day I'm going to show up. There's going to be a lady off the internet on here. A lady off the internet who isn't
Good
me.
kind of fear.
I don't know. I'm frightened.
All right. Everybody have a great week.
Go out there. Snuggle a chicken.
Okay, you know how this goes. Like us, subscribe, tell your friends, write a nice review, engage with us. We're Total Babble on Instagram, on Facebook, on Threads, and on Blue Sky. Email is show@totalbabble.com. The Total Babble Podcast.